Welcome to Southern Virginia University. I am Scotty Winterton, enjoying this opportunity to bring you another women's Southern Virginia University Knights soccer game. I'm joined in the booth with my colleague Adam Peterson. We're here in beautiful Buena Vista with the hilltop in the distance, sunset going down, lights are on, and we are in for a treat today, bringing our Knights back home after an away game. And hopefully, if you're out there and you're anywhere near, you can come to the campus and join us at Knight Stadium. We will be hosting tonight the Pacer team of William Peace, joining us from Cary, North Carolina. We have a lot of stats and data. Adam and I have poured over the data, the film. We're going to bring you tidbits, lots of interesting insights, and hopefully this turns into a really good game tonight. Whether you're a Pacer fan or a Knights fan, we welcome you, our guests, our families from across the country. And indeed, we know you're out there across the country. Our Knights are hailing from Utah and Washington and California, Tennessee, and there are those on the Pacer side from outside of North Carolina, like New Hampshire, Michigan. Really excited to bring you this game. Adam, we've looked at both of these teams, and what do you think are the keys for the Pacers and the Knights tonight?
Yeah, first off, the key for both teams is bouncing back. We know both of these teams are coming off losses, and that's just kind of a general key to the game for this one for both teams is bouncing back, and whichever team can do that better, so looking to take a win home tonight. For the William Peace Pacers, they want to keep this score low. They are going to drop back in defense, and they want to keep this at 0-0. The longer the better is what we've gotten the feel from them at keeping this score 0-0. And then going along with that, being able to capitalize on mistakes, hoping for a mistake in the midfield and able to make a quick counterattack and capitalize on a Knight's mistake and being able to score a goal and hopefully take a win if you're a Pacers fan.
Yeah, that defense that they put together, often it's kind of six holding back, kind of a 4-2, and even the other center mid, you might technically call it a 4-2-3-1, but that middle runner in the attacking midfield, she's getting back a lot as well. So you're often, if you're a Knights offense, you're going to be looking at 6 and 7 women staying back and looking to really be solid on the back line.
Yeah, and looking at the keys for the Knights, patience is going to be huge in this game. With so many defenders back in the box and in front of you, as we're going to have the national anthem here.
Right, we'll take a pause for the national anthem. Wonderful tradition we have in all of our games here at SVU and across the country. We also began this game with a prayer, which is also a Knights tradition, hoping both teams come away unharmed. So going back to the Knights, Adam, and the keys for them.
Yeah, we mentioned patience. Don't get frustrated when you're not able to get forward and get shots as much as you'd like to with the defense dropping back so much. Going along with that, patience and being smart in getting forward and sending those long through balls through the air or on the ground, whatever that may be. Being patient, finding those cracks in the defense, which we know will be there, even though we will have lots of defenders on that side of the ball. And then for them defensively, just getting that on-ball pressure. We know that the Pacers will take outside shots if they are uncontested, and that is going to be key for the Knights to always have that on-ball pressure to limit those shots on cage.
The Knights have been in cage starting two different goalies. One actually gets a half apiece. Tonight it looks like Abby Bloxham will get the nod. I talked with her parents. They're down in the stadium. Welcome them from coming all the way from American Fork, Utah. Knights will start with the ball. Kaya Lindgren putting that ball down. The referee instructing her right where to put it. The Knights are, as you mentioned, Adam, coming off a loss. That loss, 2-1 loss with the second goal for Mary Baldwin coming with 35 seconds left in the second half. A really disappointing event because the Knights had won the possession battle. They had way more shots, way more opportunities, and soccer being what it is, they just were not able to capitalize on those opportunities, and William Baldwin was able to put that ball with two long shots over the top. Right now, Knights pushing that ball outside Kovac, who's really improved. Talking with Coach Dahl, her and Roberts, he feels like, and I agree, are two of the most improved players on this team. Kovac really doing a great job getting forward. McKenna with the cross, looking to find Bobby, as she's affectionately known to her teammates. Roberts almost gets that deflection.
Yeah, and going back to your point about the Knights loss to Mary Baldwin, that is a common opponent for both these teams. The Knights did unfortunately end up losing that game, and it was a 0-0 tie between William Peace and Mary Baldwin.
So the Knights already able to get outside, get some width early on, and get a scoring chance. It looks like the Pacers are employing that 4-2-3-1 setup. The Knights, they have mostly done a kind of a throughout the year early on, it was mainly a 1-4, really 5 people in the back, and now they've kind of switched it to a 4-1. And then the midfielders, Winterton running sort of a false 9 with Kaya Lindgren up top.
Both teams early on look comfortable in possession with the ball. Haven't seen any early mistakes so far, and we were kind of expecting that coming in with William Peace returning 17 players, only 6 newcomers this year, so a lot of experience for the Pacers coming into this game.
Definitely. It looks like the Knights have put Bailey Aland in that holding midfielder role. In the past, the Knights have had various people there. Winterton's played there. Roberts has played there. And I think this might be Bailey's first start of the year at that position. She was injured early on. It's nice to have her back. She's a really good defender back there.
Good job there by Kaya, able to capitalize on a mistake there in the William Peace midfield. It's going to end up in a corner for the Knights.
Yeah, that's kind of a disappointing moment, I would think, for the coaching staff for the Pacers. Ozzy Peralta, the first-year interim head coach, but has coached as an assistant for the men for a couple years. You don't want to just give up plays for free. Goalie Abigail Mosteller comes out, gets a fist on that. Nice hard shot from the wing. the Knights have really controlled the middle of the field with Bailey Land and Roberts. They're using those two really well. Here Winterton shows Roberts not able to get it through.
Yeah, and we'll see how long the Pacers will wait to switch up tactics. I don't think they will switch up their tactics quite yet. Still sit back and wait to capitalize on those mistakes in the middle of the field for the Knights, which, as you mentioned, we haven't seen much of today. A couple of mistimed passes or miscommunication leading to some turnovers, but for the most part, looking great. As we do have a turnover there.
McKenna gets underneath the defense. We call that in lacrosse getting skinny. Put the ball right over the top, perfectly placed to Kaya. Kaya not able to get her head on it, but great job there, having runners in the box and beating the outside back on that one from Winterton. If I believe that we may have had a bug in the stream, but hopefully it's fixed by now. If you didn't get a chance to see that goal, maybe we can go back and replay it on YouTube if it's there. But that goal from McKenna Winterton puts us at 1-0 for the Knights, and the Knights have controlled most of the possession and have created their opportunities mainly from the wing outside runs and looking for crosses.
That was a good job there by Roberts to intercept the ball and play it forward to her teammate. Looked like there might have been a little bit of a give-and-go opportunity. I think Kaya wanted that one back from Roberts as she made her run after making that pass. After all of it, it ends up in a goal kick for the Pacers.
Mosteller is a very solid goalie for the Pacers. Coach Dahl thinks that she's the best player on the team. And you can see that from their goals against average. Mosteller puts it all the way to the 40, and Roberts first to it. It's this right here, Adam, that we've really got to see from the Pacers with patience of their own. They've got enough players on the back line to find each other. Go through the goalie, reverse it. We haven't seen that once yet, trying to control it through the back line and using the goalie. The Knights are only going to really put pressure on that back line with Kaya Lindgren. McKenna Winterton's going to play underneath her and try and stop it from moving from side to side, but they're not going to have a lot of pressure on those four ladies on the back, and I think the Pacers need to take advantage of that. Have some patience, have the ball, work through your goalie. Kovac does a great job jumping that pass. Could have been a dangerous moment as Brooke Bonner was coming at that ball as well.
Good job there on that 50-50 ball by Mabel Harris, able to get the ball.
Yeah, Mabel's doing a great job on the outside. A little slip from Roberts, not able to get to the ball first. Allen doing a great job finding Thomas on the back line, and now they're having some patience. And this midfield play, I really think the Knights have improved in not just having to go side to side, but finding the triangle passes and the connections to go from outside to inside and back outside. Opportunity there with little Bangu, not able to connect was, I think that was Lyles.
Yeah, it was. Did a good job. Didn't have much of an angle. Able to put the ball through the legs of the defender. Just no runners there in behind, unfortunately for the Knights.
It's one of the little colloquialisms when you get that ball to the end line and try and kick it back across the top of the six.
Kovac showing her speed here on the outside, near side of the field.
Yeah, nice battle between her and Bonner. Bonner did a good job of getting back and supporting the defense on that play, but Kovac doing what coach would want her to do, getting forward and getting the corner kick.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate there for the Pacers. Nirta, as a defender, tried to kick that ball off the opposing player to go out of bounds, but she kicked it off the opposing player, came back and hit her to go out of bounds, unfortunately for them, and leads to a corner kick for the Knights.
Lyles puts one across the top of the six. McKenna gets to it first, but can't do anything with it. Pacers want to clear that out. back to the corner, and Lyle's able to save it. Let's see what she can do in a one-on-one. Puts that ball off the back of the defender. That's Jerry Hansen, the freshman defender, tall, strong defender from Jacksonville, North Carolina. I think Leah doing a good job intercepting that. Good reversal for the Pacers, just not able to connect. Trying to find their, Rainey Green from Delaney, but just not able to find it, connect to it. This connection of Winterton and Lindgren has been something that Coach Dahl's really focused on for their offensive needs. McKenna spent probably 4 games, Winterton did, playing behind the back line. But as the back line has gotten better, Annalise, Thomas, Kovac, as they've gotten better and earned more trust from Coach Dahl, he was able to take Winterton and put her up top where she is a real dangerous player with her speed and connections and the chemistry that she has with Kaya. Nice control, first touch from Winterton to Lyles. Lyles loses it on 50-50. That first touch is everything. Good patience so far. Let's see if Roberts can find. She was looking for Lindgren coming across the face of her defender. Good touch from Huber getting that ball to Thomas, and the Knights look to see if they can go inside out. No, Roberts will take it across the middle.
And we saw there again, Coach, as the Pacers were able to get possession, they just cleared their lines and kicked it forward and wanted to reset. And really, they probably had an opportunity to pass it to that center forward. I believe in the game right now, Gabrielle Jones is playing that center forward position.
Yeah, coming in for Kenworthy about 2 minutes ago.
That position for the Pacers right now is key. She's going to have to do some really good hold-up play if the Pacers are going to have any chance of wanting to score a goal in this game, or in this first half at least from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and it's going to have to come from that connection because from what I can tell, Gabrielle Jones is a good player for sure, as is Kenworthy, but they're not necessarily the ones that are going to run past the back line. So it's going to have to come from connections down the wing. See if you can get Rainey with the ball, and if Green can get down the wing, if they can take advantage of the mistakes and push it wide and then look for crosses. Now you have players that are tall and they're strong and they can put that ball in.
And that might have been the reason for the substitution to put Finkley in, who's on this near side. Might be one of those players that is able to get in behind using her speed. Haven't seen that yet because we really haven't seen the Pacers with any extended period of possession in the past probably 10 minutes.
Kovac finding Harris on the wing. She'll have a couple players.
And that ball goes out of play, and it will end up being a goal kick for the Pacers. And it will be Moss Teller to take this one. Looks like there might have been an offsides called, actually. And Mosteller will still kick this one down the field. Pacers are able to get possession, but again, they will just clear their lines. This time, Deasia Jones from Raleigh, North Carolina, sends that one deep. Kovac here on the near sideline. Good job there by the Pacers. Knights continue in possession. Mabel Harris with the ball.
Again, Kovac getting forward, working with Harris. The Knights collapsing on that ball, and Kai does a great job finding Kovac. Not able to connect. Good defense there.
Just as we were talking about earlier, I mean, that's great defense there by Annalise Huber, freshman from Henderson, Nevada. But gotta expect more from the Pacers there. Gotta do a better job using your body, shielding the defender, and able to get possession and move your team up the field.
Right, these opportunities, just hold that ball, slow it up, see if you can find some opportunities in the midfield. There, Kenworthy trying to get her foot on that ball. Excellent find to Winterton. Winterton looking to slot that into Kaya, and just not there. Good work from Harris, though, starting that play. I think you're right, Adam. I think that if with Finklia on that wing, I think they have a little more speed than they had before.
Yeah, I'd like to see just a straight-up foot race between her and Kovac. That would be a fun one to watch. And a smart move there by her to drop the ball, wait for her team to move up the field, and let her teammate Jerry Hansen take the throw in.
You know, and Kovac, I think, I felt like at the beginning of the year, she didn't quite grasp how to be forward and back at the same time and how to mark up her players, but she's really improved in that aspect. She's a sophomore out of Spanish Fork, Utah, and done a great job. And when I say most improved, I really feel like it has to do with her understanding of the game. So the Knights now subbing in 4 players. We've got, which I haven't seen them do much of this mass substitution before. Coming in for the Knights, you have players Cassandra Gordon coming in. Looks like Knights, see who else they bring in. Look for a couple others.
Delaney.
Delaney McKechnie, Lauren Fowler. Still leaving Thomas and Huber on the back line.
And that was a good job there by Thomas just to knock that one out of play.
Also coming in, number 25, Teya Tangatauli. Wing. Alford is actually their leading scorer on the year with 4 points. She's got 2 goals with 7 shots on goal. She didn't start, but she makes an impact when she comes in. She's a 5'4" junior out of Bunn, North Carolina.
Yeah, she was one of those players that we talked about before the game, obviously as a player to watch. Weren't really sure what was going on, as only played in 5 of the 7 games, but as you mentioned, leading point getter with 2 goals on the year. Definitely a player to watch for.
That was a nice opportunity for Gordon and McKechnie to find a connection there, and McKechnie was going to have all kinds of space on the wing, and they just not able to get each other. Gordon keep waiting, didn't know where to pass it or to keep it. In the end, it just went out of bounds. This time Gordon will say, I'll do it myself. Looking to go one-on-one and kicked out of bounds, I believe.
Pretty unconventional, but able to win a corner. Looked like she might have slipped there, but either way wins a corner for the Knights. It gives them another scoring opportunity here with just under 10 minutes remaining here in this first half.
I like your diplomatic use there of the word unconventional. Roberts just over the top of that. Boy, that was a weird situation. Player down in the box. McKinnon got a shot off and then fell. Winterton fell over the top of the player. Couldn't tell what happened. She went after that ball and looked like as she was the Pacer player, and I can't tell who it is, teammates surrounding her. Her teammate went to kick the ball and I think kicked her calf as she jumped in the air.
And then I think while she was on the ground, fell on, another player fell on top of her as well.
So we have a minute here, maybe address what we were talking about at the start of the game with 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first half. I think the Knights, when you look over the stats, they've had the majority of the ball in terms of possession, as there's going to be a little bit of a timeout here. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully the Pacer player's okay. The Knights with 5 shots with 4 of them on goal and forcing 3 saves out of Mosteller. The Knights also winning 4 corners. I believe there was only 1 offsides call so far. So kind of living up to what we had thought might happen in this game. I don't think the Pacers have done a bad job on the defensive end trying to keep the Knights contained as they have. I think they've given up more wing play than I've seen in a couple of games I had a chance to watch. But we've seen the chances come. They've won 2 corners of their own when the Knights have made a mistake or two. So, Adam, I think with your keys to the game, we're right on. It's just kind of one little mistake. McKinnon gets that shot off, and otherwise it's right where Coach Peralta from the Pacers wants it to be.
Yeah, they're okay giving up scoring opportunities because they trust Mosteller that much. And so far has 3 saves to prove her worth in goal. And we now see that that's Lillian Bates walking off the field for the Pacers. Really unfortunate. She plays that deep center back and kind of like the quarterback of the defense, guiding her teammates on the back line, the junior from Wendell, North Carolina.
Yeah, very good player. Played all 7 games. One of the real important pieces of that back line. Hopefully she'll be okay. Bates also is second on the team with, tied for second with 2 points on the year. Has 1 goal, 2 shots on goal. So she's getting forward. They'll bring her up on those set plays to get involved.
Yeah, they're going to miss her experience for sure. Hopefully she's okay and it's nothing too serious as play resumes here.
Coach Dahl took the opportunity to sub a few players out. Knights now took Winterton out and put Ashley Jones in that forward position, running that with Gordon. Ashley Jones is also really learning how to work hard, freshman that is figuring out how to play the speed of this game. She's out of Palmyra, New York, and she's played both on the back line. Now she's playing up front. Coach is trying to find the place where she fits best. She's an athletic player. She'll get up and down quickly. Just learning more of the technical part of the game as she works really hard to find a spot, and she'll play wherever Coach puts her. I saw her the other day when I was here watching some lacrosse practice. She was out there shooting the ball for about an hour with one of the men's soccer players. McKechnie trying to find Gordon right there. They don't connect. Great pass from Annalise. Tanata Uli putting the ball out wide. No connection there from the Knights. That's really what Coach Dahl does not want. He's this inside-out game, the connection and having the patience. You're seeing the Knights do better at it because they've worked really hard at it in practice. He's a staunch. He wants opportunities, but he wants the ball. I really like the way Annalise Huber is playing the back line. She's doing a great job communicating. I'm sure her dad, Doug, big brother Hunter, out there in Nevada watching. One of those West Coast type players that are on the Knights team. We're really lucky to have the stream that we have, the production that goes on here. Does a great job for us to let our families back home watch these games. Got to give a big shout out to our production team, Craig, Paul, Preston. Preston on camera just to our left. Good chance for the Pacers here. We see Maddie Staples doing a great job shadowing that run and wins the throw-in for the Knights.
Yeah, play over the last 5 minutes or so for the Knights has gotten a little sloppy. As you mentioned, kind of cheaply giving away possession here in what could turn out to be dangerous positions. Pacers really not able to capitalize, as you mentioned, with great play at defense today.
Yeah, you know, there's only one senior on this Knights team, Cooney Lyles, and they're all COVID, so COVID freshmen are here. COVID, in this case, a COVID senior. I mean, they have another year if they want it. So I think what you're seeing here, Adam, is when Coach Dahl subs in, he's putting in a lot of freshmen that have not played or really competed at the collegiate level. And so that the speed, the connection, not quite there, but definitely he's finding more opportunities to trust these players as they get better and better. And then, you know, he'll keep in a couple that he knows he controls, like Annalise right here. Here's one of those long shots that we knew would come off the feet of the Pacer players. Looked like that was number 4, Kyra Delaney.
I think that was actually Rachel Alford.
Oh, was that Rachel? Yeah, it would be Rachel.
On this near side.
Right, it would be Rachel, number 3. The leading scorer on the team. She may need to be the player that the Pacers lean on in order to tie this game up. 4.5 left in the first.
If the Pacers can get to halftime only down 1 here, I think they'll be probably pretty happy. Can go into halftime, make some adjustments, and continue to do what they're doing, and hopefully just capitalize on some of those mistakes from the Knights in the midfield, because we have seen them. Just need to do a little bit better job of when they do win that ball, just holding on to that possession, just connecting on some passes, get some confidence up, because they really haven't been able to do any of that so far.
Right. And we see up top, you know, without Lindgren and Winterton in, a little bit of that connection isn't there. In order to get that ball inside out, Roberts not in. But these freshmen are working hard. Nice takeaway, and Kenworthy now looking down the field. It's a good opportunity for the Pacers. 2 more Pacers trying to get in the play. Wow. Ella Thomas sticks a foot in, takes that ball away. That was a great job from Isabella Desi to start to create something down that wing.
Yeah, just right after we mention it, those opportunities are there for the Pacers. Just need to be a little more clinical in that final third.
And I like Kenworthy in the middle of the field playing one of those holding midfielders because she wants to get forward. I mean, she starts the game, and she started several games at that top center forward position. So she's offensive minded, and I think that's going to be really important for Coach Peralta and his players to get more numbers forward, start creating runs and opportunities. Gordon looking for McKechnie, unable to connect.
And you saw some frustration there from Gorton as they weren't able to connect on that pass. You can see it not just from her as well, other players as they're unable to connect on some passes.
Oh, dangerous. Looked like she almost touched her with her arm there. That was Ella Thomas. Abby Bloxham doing a good job coming off her line, cleaning that ball up.
Yeah.
Kaylee Wardle was on the wing there trying to decide with Ella, are we going to let this ball go through? And Bloxham, are you coming out? Bloxham, a freshman, very good athletic young player that Coach Dahl is really excited about. Nice cross opportunity to get that ball in the head of Ashley Jones.
Good job there by Tanatauli.
Wardle connecting there with Fowler and looking for McKechnie. This could be a dangerous opportunity for Tanatauli. Puts the ball right into the hands of the goalie, Mosteller, but her left foot's pretty dangerous. We've seen her score with shots just like that.
It is. Maybe just a little too far out on that one. Mosteller will be happy to see that shot.
Thomas deciding just to put that ball out of bounds and start over again.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left, obviously the last thing you want to do for either team is give up a goal.
Yeah, tell that to the Knights from their last game. The goal they gave up was not dissimilar to that shot that was just taken by Tanatauli.
Going to be a foul there.
Those 50-50 opportunities, you're going to hear the crowd. You hear the crowd right now not happy with that. And it's hard to tell if you're a referee. Did the offensive player, Ashley Jones, create that contact, or was it the defender coming in front of her that created that contact? Clearly, we see what the ref thought. And usually, in those situations, the benefit will go to the defense.
Yes, 90% of the time, especially when she's in front like that was. Even if she did cut in front of her, had better position. And that will take us to halftime with the Knights continuing to lead 1-0 after the goal in about the 12th or 13th minute from Winterton.
So we will take about an 8-minute break. We'll come back and spend 4 or 5 minutes before halftime ends and the second half starts up, talking over some of the stats and the players. Hopefully you all take a break with us, grab a soda, some popcorn, and come back when we're ready. And welcome back to Knights Stadium as we prepare for the second half. The Knights warming up on their half, and the Pacers spending a little bit longer in the huddle as Coach Ozzie Peralta, first-year head coach, titled interim head coach. We'll have to see what happens with the coaching staff next year. But we come into the second half, 1-0. A goal from McKenna Winterton from outside the box. Nice hot shot. And the Knights coming in with 6 shots to the 1 shot from the Pacers. However, the Pacers don't have any shots on goal compared to the Knights' 5. Knights getting 4 corners. Pacers only have 2. So this is going to be an opportunity now for both teams, make a few adjustments. Pacers may have to come out of that defensive shell and push some more players forward. I did like the way they put Kenworthy in one of the holding midfielders, trying to create some more offense from her. She does a great job getting her head up and looking forward. She's going to need to find connection, I think, in this half with those wing midfielders and seeing if that forward that they run, the single high forward can get on the ball and put that ball off the wings and get it back, because nothing else has really developed for them. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Really, the few times that we saw them move the ball forward was when they worked it back a little bit and then moved their way forward after completing some passes, seeing your teammate complete a pass, just building up that confidence little by little. And that was when they were able to hit those long balls in behind or capitalize on some turnovers in the middle of the field for the Knights. And that's what they're going to have to do here in the second half. And I think you're right. They might have to come out of that shell. Don't know if we'll see it right away. We might, but honestly, them sitting back that far didn't hurt them as much as it could have with only being down 1 goal right now.
Who do you think from the Pacers play is going to be a player to connect with and really watch if they're going to tie this game up?
I think Rachel Alford is going to be one of those players. I mean, she came in and was only in for 10 to 12 minutes, I think, and made an impact, took the 1 shot. Wasn't a great shot, but took a shot, got into some dangerous positions. We also saw Victoria Finklia be able to get down the field using her speed. She's going to be on the near side this half. I think you mentioned it with Kenworthy. I liked her dropping back a little bit, using her skill on the ball, her body, and it looks like right now we're going to see her do that again. So those are just some few players to watch as we have an early turnover.
50-50 ball battle between Winterton and it looked like it was Deasha Jones.
Yeah, Deasha was able to regain her position after she made a silly turnover there. Fortunately for her and her teammates, nothing ends up happening with that.
Yeah, Mosteller did a great job again coming off her line and playing that ball. Coach Dahl starting with Leal on the left back. Huber's in, Ella Thomas is in, and we have Kovac on the right side of that back line. Mabel Harris is back in, so is Bailey Allend. And Robert. So it looks like Coach Dahl's putting back in all of his starting players. Thomas really needs to control that ball and find that connection inside rather than just put it forward hoping.
Just a little too far there for Bonner, freshman from Tega K, South Carolina.
We'll go with that.
Sorry to her family back at home joining us here on the broadcast.
Nice ball from Roberts up to McKenna, who takes the ball to the middle field with a chip over the top, looking to connect with Lyles. Just a little slow in that 50-50 race as the grabbing and pulling continued and the head ref decides to stop the play and give up this really dangerous play just outside the box, 1 yard outside of the box, 19 yards away. Mabel Harris will look to either put this on goal for a score. When Tanata Uli is in, she usually takes these shots. Ref backing up that three-man wall. Dangerous spot here. Watch Lindgren and McKenna running in. They'll be the primary targets here. Ball goes up to Winterton. Unable to get her head on the ball, but Lyle's there to put it back across the middle. We get a second one. Kovac not able to do anything with that ball. Nice opportunity for her. I think it's a smart play. Go ahead and shoot for that corner.
Yeah, I think she might have been looking to cross that ball and just didn't hit it right, and she was frustrated with herself. Whether that was a shot or a cross, she was frustrated.
I'm going to give her the
way.
benefit of the doubt. I'll say we're Knights up here, right? We could say she shot it. You're right, though. The smart play right there would have been, there were so many people in the box. That would have been a great opportunity for her teammates. Harris with some great defense there to win that ball. Unable to connect with the streaking Lindgren on that left wing. And Green with some good control there.
Yeah, the Pacers look a lot more comfortable here, even though we've only played 4 minutes here, 3.5 minutes here in the second half. They look a lot more comfortable with the ball at their feet. They are pushing up a little further. I like to see that from them.
Yeah, and as we saw right there, nice play from Harris to find Kaya.
And that is what they are going to give up with pushing forward, is those balls in behind, and they just have to really trust those two deepest center backs. Just like the Knights have done on their side of the field, really putting a lot of trust in those furthest back defenders.
You saw Alyssa Truman gather that ball up a minute ago. She is in for Abby Bloxham. It's not a knock on Abby or an injury from Abby. It's what Coach Dahl has done all year, split time with both of these goalies. Kovac looking to connect on that far side with Leal, unable to do so. Nice jump there from her, though. Leal loses the ball in the 50 from the left wing, Finklia.
First time we've seen him all night go back to Mosteller.
She's got a strong foot. I think it'd be a good, smart play. Use her.
Good idea there by Kira Delaney. Just unable to execute. Ball does go out of bounds for a throw-in for the Pacers.
Annalise Huber with a nice find. Her defensive teammate, Bailey Land. McKenna looking to outrun the defender, and she does. Gets underneath her. Great opportunity for the Knights. McKenna takes the shot, goes inside, looks like just to the left side of the goalie, Mosteller. McKenna this time looked up, had two people in the cage. Mosteller couldn't tell whether she was going to pass it or take the shot. McKenna takes the left-footed shot. Not a lot of power on it, but it sneaks through.
Well, you see Mosteller consoling her teammate Jerry Hansen. It was an own goal. It goes right off Jerry Hansen, as she's pretty upset with herself. Really nothing she could have done there. She was in good position, and just unfortunately goes off of her into the goal. It is unfortunate because I think Mosteller had it covered.
Yeah, when you watch that, it looks like Winterton was trying to take the shot.
Yeah.
But those shots in soccer, that happens so often where those balls get deflected. We'll see if the official scorekeeper decides if that ball was headed towards the goal and deflected, or if it was not headed towards the goal, and whether or not it counts as an own goal or a goal for Winterton.
Either way, great job by Winterton to get into a scoring position and beats the defender one-on-one, does a great job, gets the Knights on the scoreboard again. now have a 2-goal lead and really putting the Pacers in a big hole here.
Yeah, this is going to really require a lot of attention from those holding midfielders now from the Pacers to get forward, to put pressure on the Knights' defense. If you hadn't had a chance to check out the Knights' Instagram, Kiwi Giroux, our new director of social media, is doing a great job with his team and all of the fall sports. The Knight_WSOC is the Instagram handle. Jump in, check it out, follow all the Knight sports. They're doing a great job putting some good content out there. Land with a shot. What a ball. Wow. That is the first time I've seen her take that shot. Thought it was a little ambitious, and maybe it was, but she's got a foot. Man, that thing was great, Adam.
She does, and Mosteller maybe just a little bit out of position there, just a little bit forward, because her, along with us up here in the booth, weren't expecting a shot, I don't think. Just a little high, but as you said, great shot there.
Lindgren doing a good job controlling that ball, going backwards. Maddie Leal going back to her, inside, outside.
Yeah, after those first few minutes where the Pacers were able to string some passes together, looked pretty good. Knights have really turned it on here as that ball stayed in a lot longer than it might have looked like.
Huber doing a good job holding off Kenworthy until that ball went out of bounds. Nice ball. Opportunity to go back to Kenworthy. Instead, they go to the wing. And I think that was a shot. Looked like a shot to me. Adam Green taking a shot. A little ambitious. I mean, that's a great opportunity. Kenworthy's running on. Maybe she wanted to get to Kenworthy. I couldn't quite tell. Harris gets stepped on that 50-50 ball. She's still on the ground. Chad Mahaffey comes out, the head athletic trainer for the Southern Virginia University Knights. Harris put that ball just a little bit farther out there than she wanted to, and then it looked like she may have just knocked knees. It's a very painful thing when you knock knees. It looked like that's what happened. We'll hope that's what it is. Chad's looking at that right leg. Mabel Harris is a sophomore, 5'6", out of Highland, Utah, business major. She was also a basketball varsity letter winner in 2019-2020 Gold State Championship. She's up, and Coach Dahl and Mahaffey will help walk her off.
I think that is supposed to say Golf State Championship. She is also a member of the golf team here. Very good golf player. Got to play with her a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, out on the course here. Yeah, originally came here to play golf and loves soccer and obviously has a lot of skill, and started playing last last year in the middle of the season, actually, last year, and has done a great job so far, and wish
Yeah.
her the best and hope it's nothing too serious as she's now off the field.
Gordon comes in as a substitute for Harris. The drop ball from Bailey Land back to Huber. Finding Roberts. The Knights doing a good job connecting from back line to midfield to back line. Kovac with second time trying to get the Pacer player with that little pullback move. So 10 minutes now gone in the second half. Knights up 2-0 and looking to expand on that. I don't think you'll see Coach Dahl pull the reins on his offense until, maybe the last 10 minutes. McKenna Winterton puts that ball up to Lindgren, trying to connect on that. Good defense. That was a great job by, I think, Leah.
Yeah, she's kind of been all over the field. Right when she came in, about halfway through that first half, and that's why she's still on the pitch right now, is she's really had an impact both offensively and defensively.
That was a great try by Kaya Lindgren, looking for a little bicycle kick action. She got her foot on it, just not enough power on it, sends it wide. Great timing, good effort there in the corner, connection between Lyles and Winterton in the corner. Winterton took the double team and put that ball back out to Cooney Lyles. Cooney Lyles, one of the married players on the team, says one of her favorite things to do is just spend time with her husband and her dogs. Biochem major and psychology double major out of Nephi, Utah.
Great job.
Good ball from Winterton to Lyles. As she finds, that was going to be a great job from Lindgren, letting that ball run through onto the foot of Gordon. Good communication there from Ella Thompson and Alyssa Truman. Great job.
Yeah, if there's one player you want in that position to make that cross into the box, Sydney Lyles is probably that person, and she's been that person throughout her career. Just puts great balls into the box, and she did it again there. Kaya probably should have taken that instead of dummying it for her teammate, but that's just the kind of person she is, wants to get everyone involved. Unfortunately, their teammate wasn't able to capitalize.
Good save from Maddie Leal. We're going to connect with Gordon. Gordon's kind of working through the double team right there. Knights now have some space, but Roberts mistouches it.
Yeah, Pacers have really turned up the pressure. That front three, Coach Peralta is really requiring a lot out of them right now, especially the two wingers to get up and back, help out. But they have to do that. They got to start pressing, winning some balls back up on their side of the pitch to be able to try and make this game close.
Great ball into space, looking to connect with Courtney Arnold up top. But Annalise Huber shields off Arnold, doesn't allow her to get to the ball. Winterton with a wall pass looking for Roberts to connect back with her. Roberts doing a smart job of just controlling this ball. Boy, I think Gordon needs to put that ball, be a little more aggressive on that when you get the 1-2 opportunity. But the play of Kaya results in a opportunity for the Knights with a set play about 10 yards outside the box. 15, let's call it 15. think it's Ella Thomas going to take this. She puts it up. A nice space for it. Finds Winterton, and Winterton puts the ball high. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to moonball that thing over the top from that close. Really nice ball from Ella Thomas. Gets high fives from Huber.
Yeah, I think if McKenna could have that again, she would have probably just dropped that one down, seeing how much space she had in there. I'd like to have that one back, but still shot on goal.
Shot on goal. Strong kick from Mosteller. Huber with some patience, finding Thomas. A little dangerous first touch from Thomas there. Those are going to be opportunities. Gordon puts the ball into the feet of Kenworthy, and Kenworthy now one-on-one with Thomas, takes the shot. And Alyssa Truman grabs that ball, preventing it from going out of bounds so she could get a punt here rather than a goal kick. Good job from Thomas identifying that touch from Kenworthy and jamming it before she could get her foot on it again.
Yeah, that just shows you how good the Knights have been in defense today, as Kenworthy has one player to beat and the goalie, and she elects to shoot from outside the box rather than taking her defender one-on-one. Just shows you how good the Knights' defense has been today.
Good control here in the corner from the Pacers. In the first half, they were just kicking that ball out of bounds. Now they're trying to keep control of it. Kenworthy trying to fight. Nice turn from Tanatauli. Finding Roberts. Gordon looking to run onto that ball and shielded very well off that ball. I think it was Daisha. Was that Daisha Jones? It was. Great job shielding off Gordon right there. Physical play from Huber. And now the Knights with a good opportunity as Gordon running the ball in a lot of space. Two runners coming in. Near corner shot. Not a bad shot. Had choices, right? She had Lyles on the back post. She had Kaya running front post. McKenna trailing.
Yeah, just trying to catch Mosteller off guard there. Almost did.
Yeah.
Got a good shot off.
Can't knock it if his shot's that. I mean, that was close.
Yeah, and the game has really opened up here in the past few minutes, as we expected might happen, especially after the Knights got this second goal early on in the first half, and that's going to be a handball. There, Rainey Green
puts her hand behind her back like, no, wasn't me.
And that's going to continue to happen because the Pacers have to try and get forward, and that's going to expose them a little bit, and Knights are going to have opportunities to get forward.
Push in the back right there. Not sure what the referee's calling because Kyle Lindgren went down hard off that push from Gabrielle Jones. Maybe there was a pull before that.
And Mosteller's just happy to kick that ball as far down the pitch as she can.
Nice combination there. But Gordon and Annalise. Gordon right now is having a little bit of trouble trying to really find the spacing and the timing with her teammates. She's a very active player. She's very skilled. Just probably needs just a little bit more time with this starting group before she really finds her groove. But she's got a real opportunity to do so. Good defense there from Maddie Lyles. Good connections here from the Pacers. Reversing this ball, going through the backs now. And it looks like Ella Thomas will just say, all right, guys, let's move forward. Reset this thing.
Yeah, the Pacers look like a completely different team here in this second half, especially after giving up that second goal. Look like a completely different team and look really good, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like Peralta needs to come in trusting his players a little bit more right now because when you see this play, the connection that they're having, I feel like this is the team that would be much more competitive throughout the game instead of just trying to come back.
Ball into the box there. Good opportunity.
And it's in. That was a great touch from Finklia. You talked about her speed, and she cut right in front of Kovac there and able to get that ball on her foot and deflects it up over the top of the goalie, Alyssa Truman.
Yeah, and great job there by Rainey Green, realizing she probably didn't have much and just puts the ball in a dangerous position, just overhead kicks it into the box. And like you mentioned, Finklia, great job there. And Truman probably wants that one back. Kind of unfortunate for her, but
Looked like she tried to punch it over the top instead of knocking it down. But she was way back in her goal. There was no place to punch it.
yeah, and can't take any credit away from Finklia. Did a great job there, and this game is now a completely different game at 2-1 with still over 25 minutes remaining here in the second half.
And you talked about the difference in play from the Pacers now versus the first half. The Knights are going to have to really continue to do what they did in the first half with control of the ball. You don't want to give these opportunities to the Pacers, who are now believing that they can win this game.
Yeah, they look a lot more confident, a lot more aggressive. It's going to be tough for the Knights here to hold them off and attack.
Cackney tries to put that ball back across the face of the six. And I think Fowler, touch on that ball, puts it out.
That's the first goal on the season for Finklia.
Yeah, you're right. She only had 4 shots and 2 on goal for the whole season. Players falling down all over. The near side referee awards that throw in to the Pacers, and we see Jones putting that ball in. Good tackle from Maddie Leal. Jones does it again. Gordon puts it out. Jones again.
Yeah, really impressed with the resilience of the Pacers here. Obviously down 1-0 at halftime. Come out at halftime, different game plan. Looked really good, but just give up an early goal. And then now to continue that game plan, trust the process, and come back and get a goal and still looking really good. A lot of resilience, really impressed with them.
We saw Tanta Uli try to connect with Winterton. Winterton with a bit of a spin move. She's got a player on the wing trying to find time. McKechnie getting her foot on that ball, not able to chase it down.
And she was onside there. It was pretty close. Could have gone either way, really, from up here at least. But assistant referee on the side, who has a much better view than we do, said she was onside. Just unfortunately unable to catch up to that one.
Good job from Tantauli to jump that ball. Finds Gordon. Gordon looking for Winterton. First bad kick we've seen out of Mosteller. She's got a really good foot. Winterton with a sneaky pass. Run on by Gordon and not able to connect, but McKechnie with a great pass.
Good job there by Fowler, able to keep it in.
Megs the defender
Yeah.
and puts it just a little too far.
Get a reaction there from the crowd.
As the Meg often will. Winterton goes back, looking to connect with Gordon. That was a great job from Abby Paulson.
Good job there by Brooke Bonner for the Pacers.
Yeah, Bonner ran through that ball from McKechnie's back. Oh, just barely. Gordon will be there. I feel like as time goes on for her, she's just a bit off, but it's so close, and you see some really good stuff out of her. On the season, she has the second most points for the Knights with 5 points.
That was a really good job there by Rainey Green, able to steal the ball and then evade 2 defenders, but good work in the middle of the field by the Knights. There's going to be a foul called by Tana Tauli.
Yeah, not great fight. You just can't go down from behind to give up these opportunities. You're up by 1, just keep the fight going, play strong. You don't want to give up these set plays. But these are as a freshman, the things you'll keep learning. Coach will keep teaching them. The Knights bring everybody back into the box. Nice job from the defense clearing that ball. Gordon trying to keep the ball in. Whoa! She goes almost through the fence. I don't think you can see it on the stream, but she nearly went through the bottom of that fence with that hip check. Referee coming over to talk about that hit with Green. Not sure what the lecture is for. Like, call it or don't. Looks like she's none the worse for wear, though, and back going. Huber doing a good job getting forward here. Gets the ball back from Winterton. And looks to slot that ball to Fowler. Moss Teller off her line to clean it up. The Knights will, if they keep working on that, I think they'll find connections going forward. Not necessarily in this game, but just that kind of soccer is really fun to watch, fun to play.
Yeah, Green's really been a thorn in the Knights' side here in the second half. Probably going to get credit for the assist on the goal, should get credit for the assist, and any dangerous position that the Pacers have been able to get in have come through her on this near side of the field. Going to be offsides there.
But the Knights are going to need their midfielders to get back and play a little bit more defensive-minded. You saw, what did we see? We saw 5 Pacers making a run into the box right there.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, probably see some substitutions here from Coach Dahl, and we already have 2 set to come in as Knights look a little tired in that midfield. As the ball hits the ref.
He tried to jump out of the way. Huber looking down the wing for Leal. Just a little bit long on the streaking Maddie Leal. Good idea, though. I like to see that out of Leal. We've seen that out of Kovac a number of times over the last few games. I like to see it out of her.
Good job there by Fowler. Able to intercept that ball.
Good control from Tanatauli. Ball runs on to Winterton. Again, good control from the Knights as a third sub comes over to the substitution box.
And they'll make their way in before this throw in for the Knights. We'll also have a substitution for the Pacers as well. It is going to be Brooke Bonner taking a rest, much deserved rest, as she's working hard on that far side of the field, trying to get up in the attack for the Pacers and also defend.
And Elise does a great job, Huber, stopping that play. As both Lindgren and number 21 for the Pacers go down, Jordan Rogers. Good job between Cassandra Gordon and Kaya putting pressure on that back line. And here they have it again. It's a 3-on-3. McKechnie looks to outrun, puts a great shot in, looking to save it, and he does. No goal from the side ref. But then Kaya Lindgren, standing out about 12 yards from the goal, puts that shot in off her right foot while Mosteller was on the ground. Could have been offsides if either of the Knights that were there in front of Mosteller had tried to play the ball, but since neither one of them did, ball goes through, and it's a goal for the Knights. Extends that lead back to 2.
Looks like it's coming back here.
Wait, what are they calling? They are going to call offside. I thought since they didn't play it that it's not going to be offsides. A great job, though, from the back line. That was number 28 for the Pacers, Jerry Hansen, saving that goal and indeed saving the goal. Because they're going to say that those two Knights being there could have played it and it was going to be offsides.
I think what they're going to call is McKechnie just being in front of the goalie. She's unable to see the ball or probably wasn't going to get there, which is unfortunate for the Knights and especially Kaya, who was in the right spot at the right time. Puts the ball in the back of the net, but McKechnie just unable to get out of the goalie's way. And she did her best, too. She jumped, and she really tried to. But just great effort from both teams right now.
Yeah, so they'll call that offside. Because she could have played that ball right at her, they're going to call that as an offsides.
Yeah, if you're in an offside position and you're obstructing the view of the goalie or getting in the way of the goalie making a move on the ball, they're going to call that.
Right.
And fortunately for the Pacers, they do, and they're still only down 1 here and still really in this game with 15 minutes remaining here in the second half.
Kovac coming back on the field, subbing for Wardle.
And we do have Rachel Alford on the field for the Pacers. She subbed in just a few minutes ago, and she is that player for the Pacers that we talked about that could be a difference maker. And Coach Peralta is giving her that opportunity.
Lindgren looking at 50-50 with that ball. She gets it to Gordon, and Gordon finds Fowler with wow, that was really nice. From Gordon to Roberts on to Fowler, who had Kaya on the left wing and not able to connect. Good work, though, between the midfield and that back line getting forward for the Knights, able to connect and transition that ball from the final their own defensive third into the final third. Cassandra, nice job putting it off her head. Great shot off the volley.
Yeah, Cassie Gorton there with 2 headers and then gets it down and a little half volley there. Another good shot from her.
Mosteller having to do her best work right there of the night. That may have been her best save. Coming quickly to her right to get her hands on that ball and then not giving up the rebound as well.
Yeah, able to get full possession of it. Kaya does a good job there, using her body, finds a great pass there.
Onto the foot of Fowler, not offsides. A lot of play going on. 2 Pacers go down, including Mosteller. And Fowler just toes that ball wide. It may have deflected off of the defense of.
Yeah, I think it was Deasia Jones there who recovered really well, able to send that one out of play.
Yeah, she needed to do that because Mosteller was out and there was so much chaos in front. Ella Thomas puts that ball right in front over the head of both Roberts and Fowler. And Alisto runs onto it looking to create some offense for the Knights.
Yeah, it was another great ball sent in from Sydney Cooney-Lyles from that corner. And another great ball there. Not sure if it was is that Roberts? Yeah, that was Roberts who sent that ball in. And it's going to be another corner for the Knights, and Sydney will head over to take it.
That was good fight from Lindgren, sandwiched between two Pacer defenders who were doing an even better job than she was of preventing that ball from heading off towards Mosteller. That one put a little higher, I think, than Lyles wanted to put that ball.
Can't have those turnovers there if you're the Pacers. They were looking to break, and now they're in a really tough spot. Another good save there.
Man, she
Mosteller.
is good at not giving up rebounds, right?
Yeah,
she's sticky.
Yeah, she is. And always in good position. I mean, that was not the most powerful shot we've ever seen from Sydney, but went for placement, and it was going to go in, and just always in position. Mosteller, very impressive. And we knew that coming in, and it's even still impressing to us that we knew she probably the best player on the pitch for the Pacers, and she's definitely lived up to that.
Coach Dahl looking to put two players back in here. Winterton will come in, subbing in for Fowler. And it looks like Tanta Uli will come out, and Bailey Land coming in for her. So back to May, I think we have most of the starters in again for the Knights. Coach Dahl trying to finish out this last 11 minutes with his starters. Bailey doing a great job fighting that. Unfortunate that she tripped up. That was good shielding from Gabriella Jones. Ball put in.
Good ball.
Well
into the
done.
box. Oh, just a little too long there for Kira Delaney.
Delaney was on that, and Truman wasn't really sure whether to play the bounce or come out and get it. Delaney looked like she had a chance and just hesitated one moment on that.
Yep.
And Elise Huber taking a lot of space, finds the toe ball to Gordon.
Great interception there.
Yeah, just a bit off. Great job stepping in on that ball.
Again, Finklia.
Finklia's all over the place. I think the referee calling a handball right there that deflected. Unlucky for Roberts. Bobby, as her teammates call her. Mom Candace and Dad Ryan back home watching. Maybe even Grandma Roberts watching in Orem, Utah. She's a biochem major, one of the captains on this team. That ball is misplayed from the defense back line. It looked like that Jerry Hansen wanted to get her shoulder or head on that ball and missed it. It'll still result in a goal kick, though, for Mosteller. Kaya does a great job. Kaya Lindgren does a great job putting pressure on the back line. Her energy really creates havoc back there and tries to allow time for McKenna Winterton to get forward, who plays farther back most of the time.
And with just about 9 minutes remaining here, probably going to see the Pacers start to push a little more forward. No foul called there.
Land finds the foot of Roberts. Winterton comes out, gets a deflection as Mosteller does a great job coming off the line, but Gordon's still in a great spot. Mosteller gets back in her goal, and Gordon puts that ball just to the off that left side. Wow. Great pass. Did you see who made that pass? Was that Lyles on that pass?
Yeah. Yep.
Great job from Sydney Lyles. Wow. Sydney Cooney Lyles has, and you mentioned this earlier, she's got a great touch with that right foot when she crosses the ball. She is putting that ball often into a place where a teammate can play it.
Yeah, and Gorton had a chance to put the game away there. And frustrated with herself that she was just misses the cage. She's taken off there, gets a well-deserved rest as she has played a great second half, involved in a lot of the attacking play for the Knights as that ball goes wide.
That was a really nice one touch from Winterton to her teammate Kaya. One of the things you talked about a little bit at the beginning is that connection between those two, working really hard. Lindgren did a good job fighting through the screen and double team on that to get off a shot to that back post. Went just a little bit wide, and Mosteller puts the ball up. Unfortunately, goes off the foot of Green.
Yeah, a little bit of a heavy touch there. That's definitely where the most space is here on this near side of the field for Green to run in behind. Pacers probably going to want to attack from there if they're going to want to equalize here in the remaining 7 minutes.
Nice ball to Roberts. Roberts fine, looking for Kaya again, but McKechnie is there. Interesting to see who that, yeah, he says that went off of the foot of McKechnie. Looked like it deflected from Mosteller to McKechnie's foot. That was dangerous.
Yeah. But what I like from her is when she makes a decision, she's 100% committed, which you have to be as a goalie. And she was committed there, got the little bit of a touch that she needed, which was all she needed, and goes off of McKechnie as well and gets a goal kick.
Yeah, this East Lincoln High School product out of North Carolina has really saved the Pacers today. And Coach Dahl said it. Best player on the field for them. Nice pass there. Finds Green. Green puts the ball up. One of those outside shots that we knew we would see.
Yeah, that was close. That was, I think Truman had everything covered, but we saw her try to bump one over earlier and unfortunately ended up in the back of the net. But that play all started with Alford on the far side of the field, cutting it in. Really need to get her more touches in these last 5 minutes of play if the Pacers want to get a goal here.
Good calm play from Huber to Truman. Now looking for that connection and through the midfield, not able to do so, but Kaya's going to fight for this ball. Robert's going to take some space here and see if she can't find a player on the wing. She's looking for McKechnie. Ball doesn't quite get to her foot. And quick throw in from Lyles. Good passing now.
Yeah, Knights continuing to be aggressive. A little bit surprised that they're putting this many forward still, up one, but they've obviously seen the ball go in the back of the net and get it taken away, and they're still going to continue to attack as they're going to win a corner here.
Maddie Lyles did a great job getting forward off that pass from Huber. Not able to get a good solid left-footed cross on that, but it deflected off the Pacers, and the Knights now have an opportunity for a corner kick listed as their 8th corner of the evening.
Yeah, Maddie Leal, freshman from Spokane, Washington, as Mosteller is able to corral that one, and will send her team forward as we now have under 4 minutes remaining here.
Winterton with the first touch on that. And then puts the ball up to McKechnie as she goes down. McKechnie stays on it, not able to collect it. Good defense there from Hansen. Playing physical. And Jones will come over with this throw in. 2 subs come in. We get one of the more dangerous players for the Knights, Finklia, coming in. We also have number 19, Courtney Arnold, returning for the Pacers. .50-50 balls all over the place. The Knights end up with it in the foot of Alon. Great play there from Green, though, to get that ball back. Landon Winterton fighting for that ball. Throw-in goes to the head of McKechnie. Oh, turnover there from Lindgren. And the Pacers return the favor as Delaney puts that ball to the foot of Huber. And Huber takes one of those outside shots, taking a bit of a page out of the Pacers playbook.
Maybe that was something they worked on this week, Coach, because we've seen that twice now, both from Alland and Huber. Take those outside shots, or maybe it's just frustration, and now Pacers are looking to break.
There's that speed, and now the ball was on the foot of Arnold, and she just wasn't able to do anything with it. Oh, sorry, Alford. That was Alford.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Roberts.
Yeah, slowing that play up, but we did see that speed of Finklia, as Kovac was giving all she could to keep up. Good header play over. Just a little bit too far of a touch from Kyle Lindgren.
Just popped up on her a little bit, goes off her knee. But in this last minute of play, and a goal kick is awarded, really need to see the Pacers attack from that far side with both Finklia and Alford over on that far side. If they're going to want to have any chance at putting a goal here in the last minute.
Yeah, they've pushed Kenworthy forward. Matty Leal's got a decision to make here. Wasn't sure what to do with it. Ball goes kicked out of bounds by Green, though. Now ball goes into Winterton. Roberts with a lot of space on that right side. Puts it up to Lyles, who misplays it. Ball sinks all the way through to Thomas. And then nice deflection from Green, who fights for the 50-50 ball. And they're going to call a penalty on Matty Leal.
Wins a free kick. Gonna want to send everyone forward here.
10
in
seconds.
The last 10 seconds. Puts a great ball in. Off Finklia's head.
Wow. Great effort from the Pacers to try and put something in at the end. Got to give them credit for the fight in this second half. Down 1-0 coming into this second half. Go down a second goal. And then off the foot of Finklia, bring it to 1. And then the fight that they gave in the last 10 minutes of this was really impressive. These two teams right now are out of the top 5 for the East Division of the USA South. They were fighting to get into the top 5, and you can see that this Pacers team really has some opportunities to make some noise. You can see why they don't give up many goals. You can see why they're going to be in games because they got a great keeper. They do a good job on the back line. They have good communication, strong players, and it looked like they know how to take opportunities when they come. Adam, I was really impressed with this team.
Yeah, both teams. It's an impressive win for the Knights, an impressive fight and resilience, like you said, from the Pacers. It just shows you how much these conference games mean, and it's a huge one, a huge conference win for the Knights.
So in conference, that brings the Knights to 2-1, and William Peace will be 2-1. They overall, the Pacers will be 2-4-2, and the night